that we talked about was that there's not enough and there'll never be enough. Yes?
Do you have an example of when there is a revenue stream that no one could foresee in a government?
Oh, every day you'll find stuff that there's revenue streams that no one can see in the government. That the government creates or that others create because of what the government does or doesn't do. I'm not quite sure what your question is. So,
because you said, look at the revenue stream instead of cutting the costs. So, do you have an example of where there is actually a revenue stream?
How many businesses out there have been created because the government's chosen to cut costs in areas?
Lots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
The government decides to cut costs in.
Great. Now I get it.
Okay, now you get it. Great question, Jessica. So,
Thank you again.
yeah. So again, don't look at it linearly. If the government says we're going to cut costs in this area, right, then what good businesses will say is, you beaut. Because that just raises a whole lot of other different potentials and opportunities for us that we hadn't considered as individuals, as people, right? Let the government do what it does. It'll never go broke. It'll always figure out other ways. Don't forget how much money is out there. An infinite. I'll just print more. Okay, not a problem. Right?
And government is the entity that ruled by people anyway. So, you know, the government of Denmark would be different to the one in Australia, but still the people.
Please get this. Please. This is not about conspiracy. This is not about this big thing called... It's just a bunch of people. Some of them behaving badly, some of them not behaving badly. Right? But what happens with that is every time someone has a fixed point of view on something, that creates other opportunities for other people if you're willing to see what those points of view are. So every time someone comes out and makes a pronouncement, your first reaction should be, you beaut. What does that mean for me, and how can I turn that to my advantage?
What's beaut?
Fantastic.
What is that? Australian.
So, beautiful. So what does that mean? What does that mean for me? And what can I do about it? Because